telling you a story. And I know what you're thinking. Not the same old story of a baby in a manger, one who just happened to be in danger of Herod the king, who then sent 3 wise men to spy on him, but on getting to him, these men could do nothing but to worship him. You see, they understood that they must give honor to whom honor was due, and so just as they should, they worshipped him. They bowed down at his feet. Yes, his really tiny feet, and they worshipped him. These men had traveled all the way from the east in search of the newborn King of all kings, full of glory, awesome in majesty, shining even brighter than the star that had led them to him. It was him, the bright and morning star, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, the Lamb upon the throne. He alone who is worthy to break the 7 seals and open up the scroll. The Lamb upon the throne now left up his throne to be wrapped up in flesh, just as a baby. It was God himself in the flesh. It was him. So they thought to themselves, what then can we give that will be fitting of such a king? And one said, let's give him gold, since he's the promised savior to us that was already foretold. And the other said, but there's no one like him, nor in the heavens or on earth or beneath the earth. His uniqueness can only be rewarded by fat kisses. And the other one said, let's not forget that this is no ordinary baby. Let's not get carried away with his cute smile and his adorable eyes. Let's give him mere, because he that we stand before is no mere baby. And then when they realized that nothing they could ever give can ever recognize him for who he truly is, they presented all 3, and I'm sure you would agree with me, what a wonderful scene that must have been. And what a nice trip down memory lane. For some of us, we know this story as well as we know our name. And the funny thing is, no matter how differently you tell the story, it always seems to end the same way. So if you let me, I would like to share with you this very day a different story. And this story is about another baby, but this baby was born dead. No, I'm not talking about a stillborn. I'm sure her cry must have been the loudest one. I'm talking about the fact that she was conceived into sin. And as she took her very first breath, she was already sentenced to death, sinless, but guilty of being a descendant of Eve. And despite all of this, she brought so much joy to those who received her. That Eve, there was so much harmony between 2 different families, the firstborn child and grandchild. As a matter of fact, she was the main reason why there was a holy matrimony to start with. She was born with a silver spoon in her mouth. This princess never had to fear of being without. So the enemy, just like Herod the king, full of greed, set out to contaminate the seed. So he sent strange men to abuse her. And as shameless as they were, they carried out the master's deed so perfectly and easily. It was like taking candy from a baby or giving candy to a baby as payment, when in actual fact, these men were thieves. They took from her that which she was too young to give and made her believe that she could never speak up because the bill had already been paid up, sold into slavery at such a tender age, still living in a palace as a princess when in actual fact she was a slave. But as strong as she is, she learned how to overcome a past that was as dark as her skin. She grew up into being a queen with so much wisdom. Deep down, she always had a passion for God's kingdom. She could now choose for herself between right and wrong. She always picked right, but she was always picked by wrong. Her majesty was still in captivity to that same sin. That seed that was once planted now grew deep roots within. And she carried out his wishes. She carried out the wishes of him. In the absence of her enemies, she became one to herself. How does one escape oneself? But one day, she met with mercy. And with mercy, she knew freedom and grace. She knew that God was still interested in her case. She would no longer be a disgrace. Yes, still in ruins, but like burnt stone and new wood, she also will be rebuilt like the wall of Jerusalem because of that baby that was born in Bethlehem. Yes, she's going through the pains of life's uncertainties, dreaming of the palace when only the prison gates she could see, but she knows that it will always be like this. The Lord will perfect that concerneth me, and sooner or later it work in my favor. she was born dead and lived most of her life in captivity to sin, she knows for this same reason unto us the Son was given. Unto us a Savior was born, and the government will rest on his shoulders. And his name will be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. And of his peace there shall be no end. She knows that he has come to give her life and life abundantly. Now she will be living with the Savior for all eternity. This gift has no materiality. It's not of gold, silver, frankincense, or myrrh. None of this can compare to this gift. She'd already received a miracle for her mistakes, a sound mind for her dismay, victory for her disgrace, the scandal of grace as he came so that he could take her place. She knows there's no Christmas gift that Bae would ever give. Not even a Gucci bag or a trip to Paris. No matter how beautifully the gifts are wrapped and placed underneath the tree, they can never compare to what she had already received. Her salvation is guaranteed, and she knows this because Jesus lives inside of me.
Wow. KICC, you can do better.